Miss Random Yoko, I very much like your channel, and especially your songs on your channel. These songs are deeply moving and inspiring to me. I wish that you talked less about Trump and talked more about the things you talk about in your songs. When one listens to these things in your songs, one imagines the views of Miss Yoko, clearly illustrated. Now, Miss Yoko, you know, and we know, that you have views about a certain thing which happened in 1937. Miss Yoko, we know that you know that Nanking no happen! There's no way that it happened. We know that you know this. Please, Miss Yoko, please, put a video out about how Nanking no happen! Here. I will read from the alleged Nanking Massacre. Nazbol gloves make it hard to open books. The Nanking Massacre of 1937 is the greatest lie in the history of the world. Everyone knows the Japanese are of good moral character and could never perpetrate a massacre anywhere near the brutality seen in the horrible, greasy Gaijin's culture. So, because such a thing is impossible, knowing that Japanese culture is perfect, we know that this is a lie perpetrated on us by the imperialist Gaijin. The Gaijin which we were defeated by in our holy war of liberation of East Asia from the Caucasoids. Ironically, despite our defeat, the Caucasoids relinquished their control over Asia in the next 45 years following the Second World War. But let us return to the war and the event which happened in 1937. There was a great many prostitutes, Chinese prostitutes, which lived in the city of Nanking. The women in question, a few of which were prostitutes, but the great majority were simple Chinese women, because everyone knows that the Chinese bitches cannot resist the Japanese bigu diku. The Japanese bigu diku is the most masculine thing which exists in this entire world, and no Chinese skank can stand up to the might of the Japanese Chad. So when our great and noble soldiers entered their capital, they were met with tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands, of moist Chinese women. These Chinese women threw themselves upon our Japanese Chad soldiers. And what were we to do? What were they to do? Now, the Chinese are truly and absolutely an inferior race to the Japanese. But when a man sees a woman that has thrown herself upon him, it's quite hard and difficult for him to resist. Now, a small amount of our soldiers surrendered to their cardinal passions, to the inferior Chinese women and their insatiable lust. They had sex with a great many of these Chinese whores and fornicated with them, to the great embarrassment of our beloved nation. The Gaijin and the embarrassed Chinese, knowing that their nation was emasculated and cuckolded by our invasion of liberation in East Asia, created a great lie, a lie which was sealed in the fire bombings and nuclear blast at Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The lie of the Nanking Massacre. Randomyoko, you know that it no happen. You must speak the truth to the world, that Nanking no happen, Gaijin!